Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Show. Today we're starting a new unit on solving equations. Today our objective is to be able to solve one-step equations using addition and subtraction. So what I want you to do is get your notebook out and label these notes 3-3. You can call them add, subtract equations. Okay, now I want you just to watch this page and make sure you understand, and then I'll have you write some down on the next page. All right, so number 1 says 5 equals t plus 9. When we solve an equation, we have two sides that are equal to each other. The left side and the right side equal each other. Okay, so what I do is I draw a line where the equal sign is to separate the left and the right side. Whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other. Okay, so when you solve an equation, you look for the side with the variable. Okay, look at number 1. The variable is t. So I look at the side with the t and I notice it says plus 9. You always do the opposite when you solve equations. So if it says plus 9, what you do is minus 9 to both sides. On the right side, when you take a 9 and subtract 9, you get 0, and you just bring down your t. You just have a t because the 9 and the negative 9 cancel to make 0. On the left side, I'm going to box and check. Are 5 and negative 9 the same sign or different? Different. Should I add or should I subtract? Subtract. 9 take away 5 is 4. The higher number I checked is negative. So my answer is t equals negative 4 or negative 4 equals t. Okay, look at number 2. I just want you to watch. So when you solve an equation, what you do is draw a line where the equal sign is to separate the left and the right side. Look at the side with the variable. On this problem, x is our variable. So behind it, it says minus 7. So I do the opposite of minus 7, which is plus 7. And I have to do the same thing to both sides to keep them equal. Then a negative 7 and positive 7 make 0. They cancel out. I bring down my x. I bring down my equals. When I add negative 9 and positive 7, I'm going to box and check. Are negative 9 and positive 7 the same sign or different? Different. Do I add or do I subtract? Subtract. 9 take away 7 is 2. The higher number I checked is negative. So my answer should be negative 2. All right, I want you to watch number 3. So this is how you're going to solve all your equations. You're going to draw a line to separate the left and the right side. Look for the variable. The variable's x. I notice I have a negative 10 on the left side with the x. So I've got to think about what do I do to negative 10 to make it 0? Well, if I take negative 10 and add 10, that makes 0. So I'm going to add 10 to the left, which means I have to add 10 to the right side. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. You bring down your x, you bring down your equals. Here I'm going to box and check. So negative 5 plus 10, are they the same or are they different? Different. Should I add or should I subtract? Subtract. 10 minus 5 is 5. The higher number I checked is positive, so it would be a positive 5. Whenever you solve equations, you can check your answer by plugging that number back in for x. Like here, if I got x equals 5, if I rewrite the equation and put 5 where the x is here, I'm going to see if this is true. If I take negative 10 and add 5, I would box and check. They're different, so subtract. 10 minus 5 is 5. The higher number is negative. That is a negative 5. So that's a way you can check your answer. You can take the answer and plug it back in for the variable. All right, I want you to do these with me in your notes so you have something to refer back to. So write in number 1, negative 4 equals s minus 2. All right, draw your line where the equal sign is. And remember, if this video goes too fast and you're not ready, hit pause. When you're ready, hit play. Right, look at the side with the variable. The variable's s. Behind it, it says -2. So we do the opposite of -2. We add 2. And remember, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. I'm adding 2 to both sides. Here, when I add -4 and 2, I'm going to box and check. Are they the same sign or are they different? Different. Should I add or should I subtract? Subtract. 4 take away 2 is 2. The higher number I checked is negative. Then I'm going to bring down my equal sign. -2 and +2 cancel. So my answer is S equals -2. All right, let's do number 2 together. In your notes, put 6 plus A equals -10. All right, draw the line where the equal sign is. Look for your variable. Your variable is A. Look at the side with the A. You have a 6. Think to yourself, what do you do to a 6 to make it 0? How can I get that to cancel? Subtract 6. Good. So you're going to subtract 6 from both sides because 6 take away 6 is 0. Bring down your A. Bring down your equal sign. On this side, you're going to box and check. So you've got a -10 minus 6. Are they the same sign or are they different? They're the same. Do I add or do I subtract? Add. 10 plus 6 is 16. The higher number I checked is -10. It's negative, so my answer is -16. Okay, do number 3 with me. In your notes, write -1 plus x equals -7. Draw a line to separate the sides. Look at the side with the variable. Your variable is x. You have a -1. You've got to think to yourself, what do I do to -1 to make it 0? Add 1. Right, so you're going to do +1 on both sides. -1 plus 1 cancels. Bring down your x. Bring down your equals. On this side, we're going to box and check. Are -7 and +1 the same sign or different? Different. Should I add or should I subtract? Subtract. 7 take away 1 is 6. The higher number I checked is negative, so my answer should be -6. Okay, now I want you to pause the video and try 4, 5, and 6. When you get done, hit play. Okay, let's see how we did. So on number 4, see if you did -3 to both sides. 2 and -3 make -1. Did you get P equals -1? Number 5, see if your step was to add 7 to both sides. When you add -10 and 7, they're different, so subtract. The higher number is negative. See if you got x equals -3. Number 6, did you add 5 to both sides for your step? And I need to fix my answer. 3 plus 5, did you get 8? So it should be A equals 8. All right, we got one more page. I want you to do 14 and 15 with me. So in your notes, write A minus 3.1 equals -9.1. Draw a line where the equal sign is to separate the sides. Look at the side with the variable. The variable's A. Behind it, it says -3.1. So my step is going to be to add 3.1. Good. So you're adding 3.1 to both sides. Because -3.1 and +3.1 make 0. They cancel out. Bring down your A. Bring down your equal sign. Now here, I'm still gonna box and check. Are they the same sign or different? Different. Do I wanna add or subtract? Subtract. Well, when I subtract decimals, I have to line my decimal points up. So the way I have it written, they're lined up, I could just take 1 minus 1 to get 0, bring down my decimal point, 9 minus 3 is 6. The higher number I checked is negative, so it should be A equals negative 6.0. You could just write that as A equals negative 6. All right, do number 15 with me. In your notes, write P minus negative 0.03 equals 3.2. Okay, notice it says minus negative. What do we do about a minus negative? Yes, make that a big plus. So before you even start solving, if you have a minus negative, make that a big plus. Go ahead and draw a line to separate the left and the right side. Look at the side with the variable. The variable's P. It says plus 0.03. So the opposite of adding 0.03 is subtracting 0.03. So you want to put a minus 0.03 on each side, because positive and negative 0.03 cancel. Bring down your P, bring down the equals, and then here you can still box and check. Are 3.2 and negative 0.03 the same sign or different? Different. Should I add or should I subtract? Subtract. Now notice my decimal points are lined up, but I need to fill in here with a 0 if I subtract. So I'm going to have to do some borrowing if I subtract. 10 minus 3 is 7. 1 minus nothing is 1. 3 minus nothing is 3. Is the higher number that I checked positive or negative? Positive. So it should be a positive 3.17. Okay. When you do your work, you can check your decimal problems with a calculator. So if you go to my home page and you click on that calculator, and I'm trying to check with a calculator, you can put in a 3.2 minus 0.03 and check to make sure it's 3.17. Okay, so it is okay to double check your answers with the calculator as long as you show your sets. All right, I want you to try 16 and 17. Go ahead and pause the video. When you get done, hit play. All right, now that you're done, check on 16. Did you subtract 4.6 from both sides? And when you did, if I box and check and line up my decimal points, they're different, so I do want to subtract. Looks like I'm going to get a 4.4, and the higher number was 9, which is positive, so it's a positive 4.4. You could also use your calculator and do 9 minus 4.6. You should get a 4.4. All right, check number 17. If I look where X is, it says plus 4.12. So did you take away 4.12 from both sides? Positive 4.12 minus 4.12 would cancel. I would have X equals. Here, if I want to do it without a calculator, okay, I'm going to make 9 9.00. Okay. So if I box and check though, 9 is higher than 4 point something. Are they the same sign or are they different? Are negative 9 and negative 4.12 the same or different? They're the same because they're both negative. So really what I want to do is add there. So if I add and line my decimal points up, it looks like I'm getting a 13.12. The higher number was 9, and 9 is negative, so it's negative 13.12. You can also check this with a calculator by putting negative 9 minus 4.12 in to make sure you're getting a negative 13.12. All right, so how are you feeling about solving equations with addition and subtraction today? One thumbs up if you've got it, thumbs in the middle if you need more practice, and thumbs down if you need some help. If you feel like you're a little lost, I would go back and replay the video and make sure you understand, and then you're going to go to the Big Ideas assignment 3-3. When you do this assignment, write the equation in your folder. Show what you do to both sides. Show your steps. They're the most important part about solving an equation is showing the steps. You can use a calculator to double check your work. Have a good day.